start first, or
I let you.
maybe we can talk. Maybe we can talk a bit about the process.
Yes.
Yeah. So basically, we both submitted to the festival without knowing anything, and then we got matched, and we started communications. And what we done was, I think, very collaboration based. If you can
Yes.
add to that, yeah.
We, on the collaboration, it was, I think, first of all, we talked about what we deeply wanted to say something about archaic things, technologies, maybe a very, how can I say, the archaic and the technologies meet, how we can do it on stage with your music. So at first it was really much more about images, searching images, atmosphere, a kind of an energy. And then we just collaborated on the costume to see which one could be the better, and then it was on the choreography, and then we met in the festival to do rehearsal to really define much more the choreographic in more specific and how can I say, much more detailed choreography together. And wow.
Yeah. I mean, the whole thing started with the idea of transhumanism and the future, like the concept of merging human minds with the computer, like we're evolving into this stage, and the concept of singularity, like there might come a moment where, you know, biology becomes a limiting factor, and then the next stage of human evolution is this singularity process they call that, you know, merging with the brain, finding a way to merging with the brain, with the technology, and then it's almost like living in the clouds and trying to become immortal. So it sounds very dystopian, but we discussed, and then we found that actually this end stage of humanity to turn into something else, and the archaic, the beginnings, and like the core things as human beings we still might have inside of us that, you know, we're conditioned but we don't know, but like that archaic core, and find a way to, you know, balance them, mix them together, make it hybrid.
Yes, we were looking for a kind of an intensity, archaic energy, and how we can bring together this strength, this force, archaic force, and the mechanic, and a bit like the mistakes of technology. And with all these questions of the future of humanity, I just also wanted to say that we discovered that we all together had links with the north of Cyprus, and that was a huge surprise because in France it's very, very, very rare to meet people from the north of Cyprus. And of course I did not know when I applied and chose his music that he was from there, because I choose first of all his music. So it was a great and a nice surprise for me.
I suppose it's the beautiful things of life that it puts to us. I was so shocked as well, like I also didn't know how the selection process goes, but when we got introduced to each other and then we started talking and then we find this link of like, you know, Cypriot community, the Turkish Cypriot origins. And Famagusta as well, the same city. So that's so rare. It's like a very small community, actually. And then we started talking about like, you know, our past, you know, experiences in Cyprus, what it means to us, the identity as well, what the identity means to us, how far like the process, because we both not living in Cyprus anymore. Yeah, for Shiraz, was the last time when she was 14 in Cyprus, and for me, I was 18 when I left Cyprus to, you know, study electronic music and then living in the UK. So it's very, very interesting to find like our unique experiences that still tie to us in very detailed and beautiful ways, maybe much like archaic, that connection that we try to find between archaic and transhuman, the very technology.
Yes, for me it was the experience of going deep in that kind of research of archaic and technology, and how with the body I can go in that kind of raw energy. And also, as my link to Cyprus is really cut off, for me it was a kind of to go back in my roots for the time of the time that I was with Berk and talking about it, and really it was a beautiful adventure for me.
Yeah, so I'm very grateful for being part of this festival, for this opportunity, and what the life takes us, and meeting with Shiraz. And I'm really grateful for her work as well. I think, yeah, it's been a very beautiful collaboration for us, the process. And yeah, hope many more to come, maybe in the future.
Yes, I wanted to say that he was a great composer for the music, but he's a very sharp eye for working, and that you must know it. A very sharp eye, even for the choreography and for the way of being on stage and emotions.
And I think like our communication felt very natural, and I think we also being parallel with our engagement and how we see the work. And I really love your work and the way you add much more to the music, and with your thoughts, the character, you know, the whole experience of your life as well, as an artist, as a human being.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Berk.